Right here I have is the engineering sample of the DisplayPort Equalizer. You can see this one has a transmitter and a receiver. Now, with this version, we have the specs for this is that it go up to 100 feet using 28 gauge and 150 feet using 24 gauge. The part number for the TNT part number for this is R06-EXT-DP. So for this, I will be using DisplayPort video card, DisplayPort computer, obviously. The video card I'm using is pretty old, so I'm just showing you that it will work with this older video card. But in my test report, I'll be using different ones. So now, as for monitor, I'm using this ASUS monitor, which could go up to 1900 by 1200, no, 1920 by 1200 resolution, which is the max we support. And this monitor in particular also has audio support, so which I'm going to show you too. So first thing first, you plug in the unit to the computer, and here I will also first plug in the DisplayPort cable, which is right here, the 100 feet 28 gauge. Now on this side, you first plug in the power, and when you do plug it in, you'll notice the lights flashing. That's correct. That's where it's syncing, so it's ready to use after it stops. And now you start plugging in the cable. The input is the cable. The input cable is the actual one with the lights. And to the monitor, I have a 6 feet DP DisplayPort cable going to the monitor, and you plug it on the side without the lights. Now, here you see, I already had preview tested, so it comes up. Now, first thing first, I just want to heads up right now, before we even talk about the monitor, let's focus here on the LEDs. Now, you'll notice the orange right now is on. Now, if you remember from our previous version, we used to have like a toggle here, like an S and L toggle. We took that off, and it's all regulated by the EQ. Now, so right here you see the light on, meaning it's on the L setting, the long setting. And to get it on is first you go to put the EQ to 0. Now, if you go from 0 to 1, so basically clockwise, it turns the orange light on to the L setting. Now, you go counterclockwise from 0 to 9, turns it off. So in the S setting, you go from 0, 9, back to 1. And if you go from 0, 1 to 9, it's an L setting. So, for this case, in my case, I'll be using the long setting because I'm using longer cable. Now let me get an image up. So I have it set at L4 right now. Now, first thing you do is look at the image. If there's any problems with it, just adjust like any noise issue or like that. Adjust the EQ. So let me adjust it to 7. And second thing is, if you open your properties, I'll be using the video control panel because I'm using the video card. You see it detected as on-call communications, which is identified this monitor. Basically EID coming up. And if you also look at the resolution, I'm running at 1920 by 1200. Apply. And let me show you through the monitor. Going to the information setting. You see it here at 1920 by 1200. Okay, so here we have video working through 100 feet, 28 gauge, at the resolution of 1920 by 1200. And now another thing we can show is also does audio too. So if you look at here, let me go to my playback devices. I did that by going to the audio or speaker setting, right click, playback devices, and here you see I selected PA246, which is the model of this monitor. Now I already have speakers connected to this monitor, so if I test it, you hear it coming out of the speakers. So let me actually play an audio file. Now please note that not all monitors support audio, so I actually chose this monitor specifically because it does have audio output. And Here, you play a video file, audio file. So here, you can hear it's coming out from the DisplayPort and going to the speakers. That's done by that means basically the computer detects this monitor can support audio, and it sends the audio signal with it through the DisplayPort. And it's coming out from the speakers. Let me turn it on. So again, this is the Equalizer, the DisplayPort Equalizer, which has a transmitter unit and a DP unit. The transmitter unit connects to the computer through a 6-inch pigtail, going through 100 feet 28 gauge DisplayPort cable, going to the receiver unit, going to a 6-foot, which I believe we spec, the maximum spec for 6 foot, to the monitor. And also notice the EQ. We took off the SNL toggle and instead used the Equalizer to do it with, to implement it. Going clockwise from 0 to 1 switches the EQ to L mode. From counterclockwise from 0 to 9 and back goes to S mode. And that you can tell by the orange LED. Orange LED on, L mode, orange LED off, S mode. And that's it.